Welcome to Eastern and Western Classical Wisdom Essence, where ancient knowledge meets modern curiosity. We explore timeless wisdom from both Eastern and Western philosophies, history, and cultural traditions, bringing you insightful discussions and fascinating discoveries. Join us as we unlock the secrets of the past to inspire the present and shape the future.
Exploring Feng Shui. Assessing form. Assessing form,
科形
or determining form, refers to the practice of a Feng Shui master identifying the name of a particular acupoint, such as double lions seizing treasure, twin dragons playing with a pearl, rhino gazing at the moon, fierce tiger descending from the mountain, and so on. Sometimes a poem is also left behind and passed down through folk tradition. The accuracy of assessing or determining the form can reflect the depth of a Feng Shui master's skills. If the identification is accurate, it can assist in choosing the location for burial, selecting auspicious dates, and other Feng Shui practices. During the late Qing dynasty and early Republic of China, there was a Feng Shui master named Bu Guo Wu, whose real name is difficult to verify. He left behind a large number of Feng Shui poems in various places. Each line of his poems is composed of 5 characters, so he was called Bu Guo Wu. Due to the simplicity and easy-to-understand nature of his poems, they became widely popular among the people. In fact, his poems are just assessing forms for a certain Feng Shui pattern. Feng Shui masters usually assess the form of the shape of mountains and rivers, some of which resemble land animals such as lions, tigers, bears, and so on. Some are aquatic animals such as various fish, shrimp, crabs, clams, etc. They can also be birds, such as cranes, eagles, and kites. Or they can be plants, such as peach blossoms, plum blossoms, lotus flowers, etc. They can also be everyday items such as drums, knives, and swords, as well as heavenly book acupoints. Some acupoints are not of earthly species, such as dragon shape, phoenix shape, and lotus throne shape, and so on. However, having just one shape for a location is not enough for Feng Shui. To achieve form and spirit in one, there must be a spirit of the land residing there. Just like when a person moves into a new home, spirit of the land is a general term for a kind of god. Regardless of where the god originally resided, once it comes to the location, it can be called spirit of the land. However, to comply with the laws of heaven and earth, the spirit of the land generally manifests as the corresponding god of the shape of the location closest to the human level. In other words, if a location is designated as the lion shape by heaven and earth, no matter who comes to be the spirit of the land, they will manifest as a lion. For example, there are often legends in folk culture about a rhinoceros land in a certain area, where people often see 3 white rhinoceroses flying out of the mountain at dusk. This is the image of the spirit of the land appearing in the human world. In the Shanhai Jing, it is recorded that Shi Wang Mu looks like a person with a leopard tail and tiger teeth. She is good at howling and has disheveled hair and wears a helmet. She is the god who displays imposing severity and is responsible for the arrival of the 5 calamities. However, in the Mutianzi Zhuan, Shi Wang Mu is described as a gentle and cultured ruler, while in the Han Wu Dine Zhuan, she is described as a goddess with unparalleled beauty. In fact, these are just different manifestations of Shi Wang Mu's different images. Each school of Feng Shui has accumulated experience in determining the form, but relying solely on experience cannot achieve perfect accuracy. It is almost impossible to distinguish whether a group of mountains form the shape of a lion or a tiger, or whether the shape is that of a phoenix or a white crane. Both are pin shapes, with 1 mountain in the front and 2 in the back, making it difficult to distinguish from the perspective of a group of mountains. Of course, some mountain-shaped photos that are very similar have been circulated on the internet, some of which not only look alike, but also have a strong resemblance. However, those are photos taken from a very high and wide angle. For a Feng Shui master, unless they possess supernatural powers to fly into the sky, or have the ability to see the image of mountain ranges and other spaces, it is impossible for them to know. If an acupoint looks like a lion on the outside, but its spirit of the land is a tiger, then it can only be a tiger shape. No matter how the Feng Shui master assesses it as a lion, the tiger cannot become a lion. Therefore, from ancient times to the present, the so-called Feng Shui masters who come to determine the form are not accurate. If you cannot accurately see the spirit of the land, you cannot accurately point out the shape. Sometimes, even if you can't accurately determine the shape, others may not believe you and may think your skills are insufficient. Even if you find the acupoint, others may not be willing to let you use it. Without their agreement, if you forcefully use the acupoint, without the assistance of the spirit of the land, it would be just an empty form without spirit and would not work.